Hey there, how you doing? Welcome back to the channel. I hope you're doing great. I hope you're having a good day. Today in this video we're going to be doing a collective reading. So this one feels quite fun. The energy is a little different, so I'm very excited to get into it. If you're here, welcome, make yourself comfortable, make yourself at home. Enjoy. You already know the jazz, we gotta get into it. And yeah, I'm really curious about what we're going to be talking about because it just feels like I haven't fully tapped into it just yet, but it's quite a different frequency. It feels very like simple and easy, so I'm really curious to get into it. And we're going to start with tarot cards. So let's see what we got. Spirit, it's just like there's this energy of ease and simplicity disguised as rejection and redirection. It's like there's like a beautiful sweet energy which is it feels like a blessing in disguise. It's like it's taken from the wrong end because it doesn't necessarily suit what we were expecting, because there's this energy of us having a very clear idea of what must be happening, because if things don't happen exactly as we have decided that they would need to, then something must be wrong, right? Because we obviously have the all-encompassing knowledge about everything that must happen, right? Obviously. And there's this kind of energy here. And what is coming in front is such a simple, such a beautiful, such a sweet energy that it is seen, like the mind sees it as upsetting. It's like, no, that's not what I asked for. What the heck are you doing to me? There's resistance there in a way. It's like things not working out the way we would expect them to, and getting really upset about it, and it triggering a lot of our insecurities and fears, which is very much on brand for what we're collectively going through. But at the same time, it's like this energy is inviting us in a completely new direction, but one which just feels so fulfilling and really like I'm hearing inner child. It's like it's exactly the things that light you up the most. It's the kind of things that make you feel like a child again. So it's like such a beautiful energy, but the energy in which we're approaching it seems to be, yeah, very mental, very like, what the heck is this? That's not what I asked for. Are you kidding me? And we got 3 full moons. Whoa, let me just see. Yeah, in the middle now. Okay. It's like we got 3 full moons, and by the way, just a message on the collective energy is like, I don't know if you feel it, but we've had a lot, another like big jump when it comes to Schumann resonance. It's like collectively the energy is very shaky, it appears as very destabilizing and very chaotic. It's coming from the earth this time, and it's very much like lifting everything up in the air, which is the perfect occasion for redirection and getting back on track with what we are destined for and what we want, what we desire the most. It's like the finality of this is very strongly oriented towards us aligning with our desires and what genuinely excites us the most. But 2 things. First of all, it doesn't feel like a gentle push. It's like you may have felt it yourself, you may have seen it around you. A lot of anxiety is going on right now. A lot of emotions are up in the air because it's not a gentle invitation. It's a straight up like kicking the butt that we're that we're experiencing as a collective when it comes to deal with your shit, deal with your stuff, deal with your fears, deal with your emotions, deal with what you've been carrying, because there's something that you need to do here right now. You are being kicked in the direction of your desires, and everything which is in resistance to it is thrown right in your face, basically. So there's this kind of, I want to almost say like violence in it, which is absolutely not the point, But it feels this way to the ego, definitely. It feels like I was trying to hold it all together, and now like you're throwing all that stuff at me. It's like, what the heck? And that's the collective energy we're going through right now as I'm recording this video. So it's very shaky, it's very chaotic, there's a lot of anxiety, a lot of insomnia, emotions are through the roof. It's like it's a whole mess. Everything is up in the air. But at the same time, that is the perfect, like the finality of it is because we are being pushed in a direction that we didn't even know we wanted to go in. There's this kind of energy of someone, quote unquote, accidentally. You know what we think of accidental things in the energetic community, but supposedly accidentally stumbling upon something that just fulfills them so deeply and makes them feel like a little kid and just makes them feel so young and so happy and the best of the best, like heavens on earth. But the thing is, like, they didn't even know that's what they wanted. So that's why it feels like an accident. It's like, oh my god, I didn't even know that's what I wanted so badly deep down. And that's very much the energy which is going on. It's like we are being like launched into our desires, which is awesome. But that means that the process of us letting go of the resistances is that much more explicit, so to speak. And that's very much what I'm seeing here is like triple full moon, which very well depicts this intensity and this everything is up in the air and everything's thrown in your face and emotions are through the roof. That is a beautiful thing that happens during full moons typically. It's like the light is shown and shined onto that which needs to be observed and paid attention to and brought awareness on. So that's very much one thing. And the other thing is like, yeah, the ego tends to hate these moments because that's when the ego feels all of these things happening and starts feeling extremely anxious. It's a natural byproduct of the mind just not really knowing what to do with his emotions. That's why the anxiety shows up. But it's very much the energy I'm getting here is like it feels intense and the mind is like, oh my god, what's going on? I don't get it. And so we got like cool your emotions, detoxify, burial. It's very much like an invitation here to explore that which is going on with him, because the gift being offered here is everything which is coming up right now. Please pay attention to it. It is not here to drown you. It is not here to destroy you. It is not here to block you in any way. These are things you've been carrying for the longest time, and these are things which cannot come with you onto this next thing that you're meant to embrace. This thing where you feel like so fulfilled and like a little child again, and it just feels so good. There is no space for this kind of heaviness that is being revealed. That's why it's like all of these things which are coming up, take note of them. Because even if it may take a bit of time and it may be a little difficult for some of them to release and let go of, Spirit is literally saying like this is literally showing you at this moment what needs to change. So even if it doesn't all happen right now, because it just happens that it takes in your case it may take a little more time, that's okay. Please be patient with yourself, but take notice of what's being revealed right now, because all of the items on the list need to be taken into consideration here. That's why it's being said. It's like everything you've been shown, all these emotions, all of these situations, all of it, take notice, because that's all the things we're going to be working on. That's what spirit guides are saying, which is an amazing thing. It greatly facilitates the work, so to speak. But yeah, it can feel a little intense, definitely. And the mind obviously doesn't like it. The mind would just want to, like just be a little princess in the perfect bedroom, and but that's not what we're here for. So there's that. There is the intensity and there is the call for action to investigate that which is coming up. These unpleasant emotions and experiences are being asked. Yeah, you're being asked to investigate these things. Now, yeah, there's a lot of beliefs coming down, I feel. Got take risk, love, and paradox. It's like we're breaking down a lot of constructs. We're breaking down a lot of beliefs because the thing that we may not see in Spirit is saying is like some of you already see it, but these emotions, it's not so much about the emotion. It's like in letting go of these things, there are lessons that are learned and lies that are uncovered. And during this process, we end up releasing beliefs we didn't even know were there, although they were very, very impactful. And so that's the thing of like trusting the process. There's this message of like, even if you don't understand why and how it's benefiting you, if this emotion is coming up right now, it's for you, it's because it needs to be studied, so to speak. Even if you don't see the finality of it. And you'll be surprised that starting going in with these emotions will show you things that yes were there and were in need to be released. So that's a thing. There's a call for love, there's a call again, there's a call for action here, there's a call for determination because it can feel quite intense. Again, it's like it's not for the faint of heart. We know this. It's like we're asked to go back into these emotions, learn our lessons, learn from our mistakes. It's basically bathing into all the things that are not wanted. So obviously it takes courage, it takes determination, but that's very much why we're here at this moment. We're asked to go into these things, to let them go through love, not just because we have to let them go and if we don't do that then we're a bad person. Nah, it's because we're opening up to loving ourselves. It's all about love, and you will notice it within yourself if that's not already the case, that the only way to really heal something is through love anyways. Love and compassion will get you through everything. But yeah, paradox is really like making me feel there are a lot of things that we will come to understand, that we are coming to understand, because it's not something like that is happening in the future, it's happening very much right now. There's this idea of like the version of us on the other side of the side definition, of the side's definition pending here, but like the person who's gone through that, our future self if you will, really sees the world in a completely different way, which is paradoxical because they would know that all of this profound transformation came through like being in communion with their emotions and going in with their emotions and doing the work. They wouldn't necessarily see the link, and that's very much what we're here. It's like, it feels paradoxical because it's like, why is this emotion popping up right now? I don't feel like it's helping me in any ways. It just feels like a pain in the butt. I do not see what's the point of it. There is, but you don't see it, and you'll come to see it later. That's what I'm hearing. So that is interesting. Now I want to explore what's on the outside, like the energy from the start that we were discussing of like us feeling like a little kid again, this energy of simplicity. Let's bring some cards out, please, Spirit, relative to them. Okay. I'm gonna need a few more because I'm still a little confused, I'm not gonna lie. Sure. Maybe. We're gonna start with that. Okay, so the energy I'm tuning into straight off the bat is like, it's the kind of things that would get you jealous when you see someone living a life that you would never picture yourself living. But on the other end, when you look at them at first glance, not knowing what they're going through, it just feels so easy, so relaxed. It just feels like they're having fun. Like, for me, for instance, is when I see like a streamer online on Twitch who is like streaming and a video game, and maybe there are like a lot of people watching the stream and watching them playing this video game, and I may just think to myself, it's like, whoa, I don't know what's going on in their lives, I don't know if they're happy, but right now I just feel like their career is about them having fun and sharing the fun they're having with others. I wouldn't picture myself doing that, but at the same time, I cannot deny the fact that the energy just feels so good. It just feels so easy and relaxed. It just feels so preferred to me. It's this kind of energy. It's like, even if it doesn't quite match what you would want to see in your life, it's this energy of inspiration, of just seeing someone and what they're doing in their lives and just feeling like, it just feels so easy and so good and so simple, and they're just themselves. It just feels so natural, and that's very much the energy that I'm tuning into. But spirit is like, you are meant to be this way, although it may not look like what you've been presented with, although you may have just like been teased with like, you know, like the cover of a magazine is like, yeah, you saw the cover of the magazine, you're like, yeah, that looks good, I wouldn't see myself doing that, but it feels genuinely good. It's like, although it may not look like exactly this way in the magazine, because it's going to look like something that suits you, not them, the energy is that one, is the energy of simplicity. It's the energy, if we want to describe it, like of true alignment with who you are. And that's like the question from Pierre, is like, you are truly aligning with who you are. It just happens that who you genuinely are so far was a little buried under some layers of things that we are releasing with all these full moon cards that popped up earlier. It's like we're releasing the stuff so as to realize that which we genuinely are, and creating an experience which reflects that. It's in this claiming of who we genuinely are, but that needs, again, releasing. What we're opening up to is like Hierophant. I'm just getting the energy of student and teacher, like something in which we feel comfortable in the fact that we are forever learning more about what we're doing because we like it so much. We enjoy what we're doing so much. We enjoy our life so much that we are constantly learning about it. But at the same time, it just happens that we're also very good at it. And so we're both a teacher and a student, but it's the energy of being both. There is no question of humbleness, there is no question of superiority. It's just like we love sharing it with others, and we also love learning more about it ourselves. There is no duality between the teacher and the student here, but we're both, and that is a fun energy. That is very motivating too, and that makes us feel like a forever student, forever young, you know? 4 of One celebration just feels like a huge success. It feels like a huge success in your own definition. What is it you consider successful? We got the Knight of Cups, the Knight of Pentacles, which just indicates me that, yeah, as we align with who we truly are, as we release all of the stuff that has been in the way, as we really embark in this passionate journey, we'll redirect it onto something that just makes everything fall into place materially, financially, but also when it comes to our emotional fulfillment, as glowing the freak up. Yeah, I'm sorry if you don't like the idea of glowing up, having a glow up, but you know, it's like when you start living your best life, that's a little inevitable. So you're gonna have to deal with it. I'm sorry again. And that, you know, is like more pentacles here. It's the idea of, it just feels simple, as if it just takes care of itself. I'm tuning this energy. It's like it's no longer a juggle of us trying to force it into working, because there's this energy of, oh my god, I need it to work, I need to work this way because that's perhaps the only way I know it to work, that perhaps that's the only way I imagine it. Maybe I don't trust it to work in and of it, like on its own. There's this energy of controlling and this energy of juggling between different things and trying to always somehow make it work. Whereas here it's like, no more of that. It takes care of itself. It's aligned. It feels easy. It flows. It's meant to be. Whereas here, this energy that we're coming off of is very much like us trying to force things into working for us. The reason why they never seem to work for us is because they're not supposed to work this way. So it takes a lot of effort to keep them up and running. But now we're moving into something that generally is aligned. It feels effortless. It doesn't mean there's no effort. There is a lot of effort, but all of that effort is willing effort. It's effort that we want to put in because we're having fun. It's like ask a kid to not put in the effort to play. What? Oh no, trust me, they're gonna put a lot of efforts. Give them Legos, and they're gonna build you a freaking castle with it. Oh yeah, there's gonna be a lot of effort. It's not easy to build with Legos. Not always. Depends on what you want to do. But it isn't. It's like the end result is amazing, and the process of it is playful. So of course you're gonna put in the effort. There's this idea also of like rewiring your definition of work, your definition of hard work, and your definition of effort. Because in this, when you are aligned, all of these things still exist but mean something completely different. Hard work is when we are so like freaking enjoying what we're doing that we just can't stop doing it. It's like, oh my god, I love it so much. I want to do this and this and this and this and that. You end up spending many hours a day on the goddamn thing. And people will say, oh my god, you worked really hard. And you will answer, no, actually I didn't see time. Time pass through so quickly. I wish days were longer. Do you see, like, it's the same word, but the definition is completely different. Work is not something that we have to do anymore. It's just that we can, like, not doing this work feels like death because it's not fun. It's like asking a child to stop playing. An effort we just discussed. What I'm seeing here is like the Seven of Pentacles is definitely, again, this idea of material abundance. Is like we're constantly growing. It constantly expands. It's very expensive materially. Like the accent here is very much on the material world, but not only. It's like it's now through this experience of life we get to grow. It's not just an experience of life we're trying to make work. It's like, oh, the camera. Apologies for that. We're not trying to make it work. Now it just works because it's us. It's a reflection of us. It's just, if it's a reflection of you, how could it not work then? Because it's your natural state. It's custom tailored for you. So how can it not work? It just takes care of itself, and it's expensive. Through it we grow. That's a very, very, very different energy, but again, the main things coming through are play, childlike energy, and like ever wonderful curiosity. It feels like being a kid again. But yeah, it was like to sum it up, like to close up the reading, we're getting back to the beginning. It's like, as hard as it may be to imagine it for someone who has been like cut off from their nature, someone who's just been through it and has learned so many things that help them cope with their experiences and their situations, and now it's just messing them up. Now it's like, yeah, maybe it's hard to believe, but it's how you're meant to operate. That's how any human being is meant to operate. Happiness is not an end destination. Happiness is the basis. It's the bare minimum. If you're not happy, you cannot enjoy. If you cannot enjoy, why the heck are you alive? Life is an experience on earth. If you're not joyful, you can't even appreciate it. What's the point of having come here in the first place? You know, it's like joy is not a destination, and it's time to remember that. So we're letting go of all the mess. And this card just telling me is like, yeah, it won't make sense. It will make sense as it unfolds. It will make sense as you witness it. But it's just knowing that all the abundance that you've always been dreaming of, oh, you're gonna be surprised by the amount of abundance you're met with because of how superior to that which you were hoping for was. But the thing is, like, don't be attached to it, because it's gonna appear in a way which is completely logical by the time it appears, but completely different. The very way we're relating to life and that we're perceiving life, that's the transformation. That's where the transformation is happening. It's like the very core of our identities and our perception of life is not aligned. It's not true. It's just not us. And that's why it hasn't been working. And so now it's just like trust in the magic and watch everything fall into place. Trust the magic. If emotions are up in the air right now, if you're feeling all of these emotions, it's because it's meant to be. And tomorrow you will witness how everything falls into place, and you'll have a good life. You'll have a good laugh, realizing that after all, everything ends up being perfect, just the way it is. That it always ends up working out in your favor. But again, as beautiful as it is, as beautiful of a transformation, of a path, of an awakening, if you want to call it this way, it is, it requires us to be determined when it comes to coming back to ourselves, when it comes to letting go of all this stuff that is not in alignment. It requires the determination to say, no more, I'm done with feeling bad. I'm going to choose to love myself, and I'm going to do all the necessary things for that, which start with not being okay with feeling bad. And if we feel chronically bad, where we go with it, we explore it. We don't just sit with it trying to ignore it. We don't run away anymore. That's very much what is going on here. Oh, felt like a very mysterious reading in a way, but it just feels like there is so much energy that I cannot transcribe, because we are not in the mentality where we're capable of perceiving it yet. It's like, it's so exciting, so much so that there are still no words to describe it, because the mind doesn't even know it exists anymore. It just believes it to be a miracle, a delusional thing, a dream. It's like, no, that is much more real than the lies we're living in. This beautiful ending, which isn't an ending, it's just the beginning. This beautiful life that opens up for us is not a dream. It's that which we came here for. It was decided even before we came in. And that is much more real and plausible than the lies we'll still live by. So I just find it a very inspiring reading, very interesting one. Thank you so much for having shared space with me today. That was a very cool reading. I also feel like a very inspiring one, but yeah, determination is coming through, definitely. To just keep on going, keeping up the good work. So yeah, please let me know in the comments how it went for you. What do you think of it? How do you feel? Have you been feeling the chaotic energy? I'd love to know in the comments, because I definitely have. Also, while you're at it, please like the video and subscribe if you found it useful. That would support me a lot. And also, if you're looking for, that was a collective reading, if you're looking for a more like personal kind of reading, just know that there all my offers are listed on my website, which is linked down below in the description box. But that being said, thank you so much yet again. I wish you all the best. You got this. We're in the middle of it. We're in the brink of it. So keep up the good work. And I'm going to be seeing you in my next video, okay? Bye.